Hello guys, I'm Nu-Trix the Synth Guy, and today I've got a special treat for you guys. Now, again, like every time, if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumb up, follow my YouTube channel, and ask me stuff about maybe other things I can talk about. You know that I love iPad music. I've been making my own stuff on iPad for a long time, since the iPad 2, and last summer I grabbed a free software that really was fun to play with, and it still is. It's the Novation GrooveBox. Now, Novation, we know them for hardware, for sound cards, for controllers, for synthesizers, and even virtual synthesizers. But Novation also have the GrooveBox and the Launchpad and other things like that. The GrooveBox, it was really cool when it came out, and it still is. And the GrooveBox is basically, you can run like 8 different synthesizers or sound modules if you want, and you can choose from 3 different types. You've got a drum box, a poly, which is a 8-voice polyphonic synth, and you've got a kind of monophonic bass analog style, subtractive analog style synthesizer. Really cool. I'll show you what it is. It's really powerful and still very simple to use. Now, the one thing I didn't like about it, or I wish it had when it came out, basically was added this week, and it's the function of having song mode. So you can actually make a pattern up to 8 bars, and then you can create a new one, and then you can copy and create your song. So today I would say that GrooveBox became a really powerful yet very simple music machine for your iPad. So really cool. I'll show you how it works, and honestly, it's free. Now, what they sell are banks. So if you like what it is and you want more sounds, you can just buy banks of sounds. What's really cool about it, though, that they sell not just the bank, but the bank comes with riffs and patterns and beats. So when you load it, it might feel like it's a loop, but it's basically a sound and a MIDI file. And you can actually mix and match the two, and then you can modify either the sound or the MIDI file. Really cool. So I have different things I would wish to see still in this, but it's a great step towards getting even a better app. And this, I mean, the GrooveBox has been updated many times since it came out, so they're really actively working on it, and I think this is going to become something really cool for making music. It is already fun to play with. So let's watch this. First of all, when you turn it on, when you open the software, you can have either this window or a new song window. Let's just create new project, and then just create a new name. And when you look at this window, what you have is a list of the different instruments you can load in, and at the top, that's where you can put them. So right now, it's the first one. Let's say we start with a drum, with drum box. And what's cool about this interface is you can have a list of different banks of sound and riff that you have here. Of course, at the top, there's the publicity. If you buy these, basically you're going to get these riffs, so these rhythms, these patterns, and the sound that you hear. Now let's go into this one. This is one I already bought. If I click on this one, I hear that sound. If I click it again, I'm going to have another pattern for the same sound. Click again. So it goes through a list of patterns they built. So depending on the style they decided to call this is industrial mechanics. And the hard hitters. Again, if I press again on it, another beat. Same sound, same hits of drums. When you look at the names, you're changing between sounds. If you press on them, you're changing the patterns. Let's say that's the one I want. I click on load at the bottom, and then I've got my sound. That's the graphic for the drum. At the bottom, I've got all my sounds, and look at this little dots here. It shows you that there's 4 windows. You see 3 of them. Drum box and effects, the kind of orangish color here. This is for all the sounds. It's kind of master control. So length, filter, pitch for all the sounds together. Effects. Now you've got the delay, reverb, distortion, and filter. They're not one or the other. They're on top of each other. So if you select delay and you add delay, then you go reverb and you add reverb, and you go distortion, you add distortion, you go filter and you filter it, they're all playing at the same time. So the effects are cool, but I would personally like to have them on separate sound than just on everything. You know, having distortion, let's say, on the snare and delay on the hi-hat or something like that. But you know, for now it's really okay. Then you've got the sound. So if you press stop and you click on it, what you see is the sound you're playing. And they have different colors to help you go through the different types of sounds. So you know that these are for kicks, these are for snares, these are for hi-hats, and these are for kind of what they call more sound effects. Now, here you can control the length of the sound. You can control the panning just of one sound, the volume, the pitch, the delay. So there's a delay just on one sound, and the choke groups. Now, if you don't know what choke groups are about, it's basically it's taking from the hi-hat philosophy that you cannot have an open and a closed hi-hat at the same time because it's the same hi-hat. So if you close your hi-hat, then the open sound should choke, should stop. So you can actually say this one's going to be on choke group 1, this one's going to be on choke group 1. So if you press this one is like that. So when you press the other one, the first one is choked. That's it. Simple, fast, efficient. Now you can't, for now, load your own sounds. I guess it's going to happen one day. You've got record mode here, so you can actually play live right away. You can go into snap or free, so you can decide if you wanted to quantize in real time when you record. You've got random, so you can just say, I don't like that beat, just randomize again. So we're going to have another one. Try another one. I like that one. Okay, keep it. I want to see what it's like. So I press on the grid and I see all the notes. I can, oh, I don't want that one. Get rid of the kick here, no kick here. Can I change this? No, I can't. Okay, that's it. So that's my, you can see loud, normal, quiet, the space between them, and the space changes the length of the sound. So if you want to enter normal notes, narrower, so half the length, or triplet narrow, you'll enter them with that. Okay, so that's for the drum. Now there's also an undo, just for fun. You want to cancel what you did, there's an undo. So that's really nice. Now I want to add a bass line, so I press on plus, and I'm going to go retro bass. Again, lots of sounds here. I can just go, and it triggers my drum, so I can hear my drum, and you see here it's 8 bar long, and I like that sound. Or again, these are different sounds, and when I press again on it, it loads a different pattern. Okay, I'll say so another one here. Let's say I pick this one. that's it. I pressed on it and I lost the one I liked. Okay, let's go with that one. Load. I have the sound. I've got basic stuff on this. I've got the shape of the sound, the filter, the pitch, and the distortion. And then when you go in the other window, it will change. Like the filter that is here controls the filter that is here, which is the same. It's kind of a shortcut, because if you use this on an iPhone, yes, it runs on iPhone. This will be your main window. This will be another window. This will be another window. So there's kind of the shortcut window where you can control almost distortion you want, the shape of the sound, and you see this changed the oscillator number one, and this changed the filter. Now if you move it, you've got all these parts of the sound, and there's actually, let's say if you go on oscillator, there's A and then there's B with other control, like how you want to combine them. Are they fifth, or is there LFO retrigger, detuning, glide? So enough control to somebody who likes to make sound can tune this to whatever you want. So now what's cool about this is that this bass is not a sample. It's a virtual generation of an oscillator and all that. If you look at the drum was sample bass, but the bass, the synth, is not. So you can really create the sound you want. You want less resonance, then okay. Really play with it. You cannot save the sound itself, but it's saved with the song. You go to grid again, you get the notes, you can type in the notes you want, you can evolve, that's your choice. If you want it to be longer, you click here and say, I want 2 bars. It copies it to the 2 bars, and then so with this one, okay, I want it here instead. Whatever, and then you build up on this. Now say, okay, I want a pad now. Press on play, go with a 48. Then you hear the other sounds. Now, let's say I just want to hear this one, not the other one. There's this thing here. This is the mixer. Bring the other one down for the volume. Or there's even a simplest version where you actually drop this down, just give them a flinch, like glide on the icon, and these are muted. Go back to this window. Let's go with this, okay? And then control the drum. Pretty cool. Now this one, let's get rid of the other one so for now. This one you've got, again, the shortcut window, more distortion, more resonance, less resonance, more filter, open up, a glide, a delay. So these are functions that you see elsewhere, and again you've got all these windows you can move, you see with the little dots under this. So this is, again, plenty of control to make it yours. The wave shape of the 2 oscillators, if they're synced or not, the pitch of the 2, the volumes of each, and the pitch of each, the LFO controlling the pitch, the detuning, how much of the envelope. So there's enough control here. So the envelope controlling the pitch, we don't want that, 0. So we go back here. Cool, you get that kind of ringing tone. Got the filter, again filter 1, envelope 1 or envelope 2, and how much you want the envelope, and you've got here the 2 envelopes. So one envelope is like this, ADSR, the other one is ADSR with LFO retrigger, so it will retrigger if you want it. And warm is more kind of a little bit of chaotic analog sound. The frequency, the Q, so the resonance, how much noise you want in, create some cool things. Low pass, band pass, high pass. So enough to do really what you want. The envelopes, again, ADSR, there's two of them. So one can be for the volume, one can be for the filter, basic stuff. LFO, so we've got the one LFO, the period of the LFO, the phasing of the LFO, retrigger or not. I don't want it to be retrigger, I want it to be natural. You've got the gain and distortion, and again the envelope. So envelope 2 is sent to gain. So the envelope 2 controls the volume and distortion. How much distortion you want. And there's an effect at the end. You've got reverb, how much reverb you want. This is for the reverb, and this is for the delay. So you can have distortion, reverb, and delay on the sound itself. So we want more delay. And it's very fluid, there's no glitch. Very nice. And the reverb, you want reverb? Or no reverb? Just delay and distortion. Perfect. So you bring the other one back in. So you've got your sound. You get your beat. Yeah, okay. I want to create more of that. I want to go further with this. I'm going to go down here. Of course, you can still add another, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can have 8 of them. But let's say we start with 3. If you click on this one here, you're in the song mode. But you press plus, and you duplicate this one. So this is the same copy, same thing happening on this one and this one. And then you can actually go here and say, okay, I want to delete the pattern. So you delete the pattern. So you don't have that note playing. You still have the synth, but no note. Let's say I had another one. Hold the 8. Plus for this. Let's go back here. It's in here. So that's my second one. So I've got another one playing a different sound, different notes. I could have the same one coming in with the same notes. Actually, can I copy these? Copy pattern. I could bring a pattern here, paste. Interesting. And I could go here, bring it back in, and let's go get out of this, and then go in with less notes. That's it. So it's really simple and efficient to create. You can just copy paste, and the other function you have here is duplicate the section, moves the section up and down. The section is all this here, and all of these is just for one only, just one pattern and or the section. So really cool. You just add them up like this, or add them other instrument like this. Of course, there's other things like there's also this about choosing the notes you're going to play, tap tempo if you want to enter the tempo. I'm actually pretty fast. I could bring it back down in here. More of the sound. Add a quick track if I want, and of course you can save it. Actually, it's saved right away. You can link it to Ableton Link. You can actually restore purchases if you bought stuff. You can connect it to MIDI, Bluetooth. There's a Docker now you can add. I haven't played with it yet because it's a new thing. There's background audio. You can load the pattern balance. So there's maximizer. I wouldn't play with that for now. And there's the export function, which exports just a section, mix, so the mix out, the project file, which I'll have to test what exactly it does, and Ableton Live. Ableton Live, you click on it, it exports, depending on the format you want, directly to a Ableton session. So this is really a fun app to play with. I would like to see stuff like being able to load my own samples. I'm even ready to pay like the function of having my own samples into this. But it's, for now, it's been going really rapidly into a very nice position. So cool. Keep it up, Novation. I hope you like this video, and if you want me to test other things, don't forget to write me. Cheers.